Alrighty, what up, YouTube? This is your girl Pimp back with another video, back with another talk about it video. And I do have a special guest. I told you I want to start having guests on my Talk About It Tuesdays. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you thumbs it up. You want thumbs it down? I don't care. I'll take it all. But let's get into this Talk About It Tuesday. My special guest, I got my girl Candi. What's up, girl?
Hey. I had some sounds.
Well, I appreciate how you been doing.
I've been blessed, and nothing less. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, trying to maintain my peace and just keep going on with what we call life on some real shit.
Because it's gonna keep going.
Because
time waits for nothing.
No, for nothing and no one. Absolutely. So here on Talk About It Tuesday, we just talk about different topics that happened, you know, last weekend up to now. It's been so much, you know, a lot of stuff, especially a lot of stuff dealing with like a lot of racist stuff going on.
Well, tell me, because you know I don't watch the news. I keep my energy safe.
Yeah,
I keep my energy clean, baby. What's going on? What's been going on in this cruel world out here?
You know, recently, I forget the name of the organization, but they was going through some documentations and they found the warrant for the lady who accused Emmett Till of whistling at her, or looking at her. So of course, you know, people are like, okay, let's serve the warrant because, you know, in that state, well, she's in another state, but the state that he was killed in, there's no statute of limitations on warrants. So she can be served. Now, prematurely, and I know we talked about this earlier, a lot of people went to her house, you know, which I felt like, okay.
Go ahead, give your opinion.
That's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because she had grounds to come out there and shoot all y'all asses up.
You hear me?
You know?
You hear me? And then it was going to be a whole nother situation.
You know?
Or her family member, whoever property you all are on. Come on, like don't get me wrong. We have our reason to feel the way that we do.
Absolutely.
But there are better ways. We are too smart for that. There are better ways, and we know that this system is not made for us, and it's not for us. So we have to think strategically when we want to do things, and that's my opinion about that. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Miss Old Lady Auntie Grandma Margaret,
right,
needs to get served, just like motherfucking Omarion and Chris Brown. Well, they on that movie, girl. I'm so But anyway, my point is she needs to get served.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I'm like, because at the end of the day, because a lot of people like, oh, well, that was so long ago. I said, well,
shame on them for saying that.
And that's what I said.
Who said it? Point them out.
You know who said it? All her family members and neighbors. Oh, she's such a wonderful lady and this and that. I said, but this lady started a whole race.
Did she?
War, basically.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. Because after that,
you know, Roseland I like to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but Roseland happened after that.
I mean, when you marry a man,
yeah,
especially in that time. Many women's voices were not heard. Now they painted a picture as if she was very quiet, very timid. They painted that picture.
They did. You're right.
However, I do know, especially down south, you gonna do what that man tell you to do.
You're gonna do what that man tell you to do. You right.
If that man tell you the line, say this did this, then you, Betty Sue, you gonna do that, ain't you?
Betty Sue gonna do that.
Margaret, you're gonna do that, aren't you?
You right.
I'm giving y'all too much, and I also said this was on the www World Wide Web, so. But that is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna play. I always like to play devil's advocate, and I like to do that because I am spoiled. So if I don't play devil's advocate for myself, then I'll be like, I had tantrums in life. That's just being real. So when you know yourself, I just happen to just do that in practice, in conversation, and at work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that, that is my popular opinion,
mm-hmm.
but that is something that we don't want to focus. That's not a part of the perspective. It's just white and black.
Gotcha.
That's never the full story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking on that, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that gets me to the whole abortion thing. Like you said, did she really have a voice in that matter? Because right now, that's what they're doing right now. As far as they're taking it away.
No, you know what they're doing?
Preserving their race. Making America great again. You like the third person that said that?
Aren't they thinking about overturning some other key Supreme Court rulings?
Yep. I even heard interracial marriage and
segregation.
And segregation, yeah.
Which is, let's be real, it's still happening. Yep. It's just classism now.
Right.
We know that rich people, most rich people are not our color, right? There are some Black rich people. My point is, if you can't afford a better education for your child not going to get the best education. The law in education is based off of the income tax, right?
The income tax, and
the funding of the lottery too is income tax. Well, not income tax, property tax. I'm sorry.
I know what you mean.
Right. But I want to be, because this is in the WWW.
Right. So, and they will scrutinize you. So yeah.
So we have the property tax, and also test scores. So if your school is in a neighborhood where the income rate is low, parents have to work, or there's one parent home, many children, that school is not going to get a lot of money. You have other schools in the same district that has more money. And do you know that still, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it is not evenly distributed. And it should be. And since it is not evenly distributed and it's public school, right? We're not even talking about people who can afford private school.
Which is
because expensive. Them private school curriculums are not teaching their students to be consumers like public school are teaching students to become consumers.
Agreed. Definitely agreed.
So back to public school and the uneven distribution of funding, right? They could spare money in other places. They just don't. So kids are losing, and when they lose, education becomes segregated. A good example, I'm not gonna say the school where I was working. Can you add some?
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna have to send you another one. Okay. I'm gonna send you another one. Okay. I'm gonna do it right now while you're talking. Okay. I'm gonna edit this part out. But keep talking.
But so when I was in sixth grade in 96. The school where I went to a magnet school. That school, matter of fact, shout out to Beasley Academic Center. Okay, shout out.
I got kids there. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to Beasley and we had whiteboards. I went there in sixth grade, transferred from a Catholic school and went straight to Beasley. And the Catholic school had chalkboard. My mom was paying tuition. I go to this public school and it is now dry erase board. Fast forward to when I started student teaching in 2011, chalkboard in this school. Never would I have imagined, because that's not what I was used to. And when I went to high school, I went to Curie. When I went to high school, there were no chalkboards, right? Whiteboards everywhere.
Okay.
Foreign to me. So as I'm student teaching, I'm not expecting to come back to chalk board.
Yeah.
When we were doing assignments or presenting in college, I don't even know how to use chalk.
Right. That's true.
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
We were using whiteboards with markers, dry erase markers.
Dry erase markers. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was baffled, like, this shit is old school.
Never
so
upgraded.
If you don't have enough funding to put this shit in your school, that what else they ain't got funding for your kids?
Yep. After school programs.
But you know who are the voices of all of that shit? It's not just the local school council, it's the people in the neighborhoods.
Yes. Yeah.
If you are upset, if you don't like what's going on in these schools, you get these people who are paying these property taxes.
Yep.
Let them know X, Y, and Z is going on in our neighborhood school. This is our neighborhood school, and you all as community members can be a part of your local. It's not inside school council. It is their local school council that is located in your community. So when we talk about segregation, it's been here. We just been too foolish to like pay attention to it. And I'm just gonna be real, me included. Me included. I didn't wake up to that stuff until I came back. When I got my job, guess what we had? Chalkboards. When I started in 2011, I was using chalkboard for 2 years. Thank God there was some funding for that school, you know, and when I got there, so now it's just, and my administration has been really good with trying to, you know, just put stuff into that community school, in that neighborhood school. Now they might be a little behind on some things, on many things, but
at least they're trying.
If you don't know, you would never know.
Oh, and I was just about to say, do you think it's just a lot of parents don't know
that's it
that they can voice their opinion?
That's it.
You know,
that's one of the.
But then my question is, when did
some don't care? I'm sorry,
some don't care.
Question.
Yeah, some don't care. But I'm still trying to figure out when did it disconnect, because I remember when we was coming up, shit, my grandmother was very involved.
Family dynamics. You create things in the system. You create difficulties for families so that they can dismantle, so that people can put trust and say that my child's teacher can do this. I can put this to the side, and all I got to do is send my child to school, and then let my child stay for after school. Don't even check the homework. Come home, maybe cook or buy something, or be eating leftovers, and I'm putting you in the tub and you getting ready for school the next day. I didn't even have any kind of interaction with you, because I just got to keep this going, because if I stop, then food gonna stop coming in. We won't have a roof on our head. You create difficult obstacles for the Black families that already do not have foundations. And I'm only speaking for those who already do not have foundations. I'm not speaking about people who had grandma leave their house, or who got mama with the house already. So if mama passed, your name will be on this deed. I'm not speaking on those. I'm speaking about people like who are like me. You know what I'm saying? Like who my mother was raised by my great grandmother. My mother wasn't raised by her mom. You know, and I want to be respectful, because if my mom ever sees this, you know, I want to make sure that I'm speaking on her with love and her story with love. Absolutely. But my point is, my great grandmother and her husband, my great grandfather, they came through during the Great Migration. So we came in Chicago. When I say we, I'm talking about my ancestors, my blood, my family. We were here in 1930s. And from the 1930s of my great grandmother setting foot on Chicago soil, living over there on 61st, 60th and King Drive. That's why it's always been my neighborhood. I always feel comfortable over there. But when they started there, The first person to have a degree was my older sister. Not oldest, but my older sister, who is also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She is 12 years older than I am. So I was able to see things that with my siblings, what I wanted to do, what I didn't want in my life. So I always knew from seeing my sister go away and graduate from Jackson State University when I was in 4th grade at Holy Angels, I'm going to Jackson State University. Granted, I ended up at Eastern because Jackson State only gave me $400.
Right.
But you know, I knew to go to school. And my thing is, there's no foundation, there's no assets. You know, when it comes to my family, I will be that asset. I will be creating that. I am the one who's going to be beginning a legacy, and I accept that. I forgot where I'm going with this whole thing, but my point is they create. That's where I was going. That they create. They just create difficult ways for us to move forward. And if you don't stay focused, if you don't understand that we are born with targets on our backs, and we have to stay focused without distractions. That's why I'm talking about this meditation. You know, you have to meditate, you have to align your chakras, you have to be aware of the reality and the abnormal. And what I mean by abnormal, I would just, you know, for spiritual reasons, I would say, you know, spirituality, because there are some good, there are good, and there's evil.
That's evil.
God and the devil, good and evil, no matter how you look at it. So a lot of times with us, what I feel with this conversation right now, where my energy is going, my energy lets me know that there's just a lot of anger in us. You know what I'm saying? And because of that anger, we don't think, and I can't say all of us, but we choose not to really sit down and be patient to think of the best plan. We try to do some quick stuff, which ends up entangling us in the stuff that they don't want us to get out of anyway.
Damn. You speaking.
Yeah.
But you speaking.
You know, I keep talking, but I hate
you speaking.
It was my energy. I was feeling it though.
It needs to be heard.
But yeah, that's separate but equal. That's what they want. And that's what they have been giving us, believe it or not. White flight. Redlining. They created it.
They created when they took the men out the homes in order for us to get assistance and things like that. Yes, ma'am.
They created it.
Yes. Yep. Even back in the slavery time, separating mothers from their children, selling them off. Yeah. So we couldn't unite.
They didn't want a foundation for us. And let's talk about our men. If they didn't want a foundation for us and they supposed to be the leaders, so how can we be a foundation when you pull them away from us? They don't even know that without us, they are everything. And we can pause that right there.
Yep. Well, you two, we're going to be right back. Got to take a quick break and we're going to be right back. You better.
I'm over here. So see now or forever hold your body.
Oh,
yeah, shoot. Girl, I'm like bipolar with this shit. Fuck R. Kelly. Whatever it is you want from me.
Baby, see, you ain't got to say nothing. I know your body wants something. Ain't that what the older dudes used to tell us when we was younger?
You need to see
that
your body's calling me. But guess what?
Shaming ourselves.
My body ain't calling shit, but my motherfucking daddy, nah, my daddy was dead by then. My brother.
My uncle, he ain't play that. Boys just have to go to the corner. Yeah.
Your body's calling me.
Man, that shit crazy.
Oh. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done.
Shit.
I'm so done clowning.
You done clowning?
I think I got another O in me though.
Yeah.
Come on, give me another question, please.
Well, my follow-up question is gonna be Trey Songz, but you're gonna start singing him.
I might not be able to get a cookie, but I want something now. I'm finna eat this Snicker ice cream. I want a cookie.
You ain't shit. You ain't sick shit. All right, YouTube, we back from that quick break. We're gonna keep the topic on, rolling on, rolling on. So you brought up our Black men, and you recently had a post,
A repost.
a repost, sorry, a repost, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it was basically stating that, I don't know, say exactly what the post was.
Well, I reposted a TikTok, and the TikTok was remixed, or it could have been a reel, right?
Okay.
But it was remixed. And it was a lady who was talking about how women do not call on Black men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I need maybe $10, I call my best friend instead of asking the guy that I'm dating, because if I ask him for $10, then now he's looking at me as a gold digger because I'm asking him for money.
Okay.
She made some points about they're not taking the garbage out. You see the garbage is, it's piled up. You don't take the garbage out. Mm-hmm. Just how she would call every female that's in her life for these specific reasons, but will never call the Black man and gave reasons why, because it's always an excuse, or it's turned around, right? And manipulated into, the Black woman is the problem, right?
Always.
Which basically just states immaturity. And most of the time, and I can't say most of the time, the reason why I changed my way of speaking is because that could just be what I was dealing with.
I love it. Yeah.
That cannot be everybody's situation, because there are some happy people out here. Like, love really wins. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm just not going to make that statement because I don't want to put that out in the universe. And I don't want to say most, but I have dealt with men who will show me true potential and are doing these things. And once, I get comfortable, it goes away. And they understand, because men are smart when they want to be. I mean, that was mean.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was being real. Sometimes the realness.
I mean, but that's everybody. Everybody can be smart when they want to. So, but when they know they laying that shit down, I'm comfortable. She good, I'm good, we good.
Right.
No.
Right.
And that's where we mess up as women. Like, we're not good. We're not good. This is not good. This is not what I want. And so now I'm in this dating pool, right? And I have chosen, and it could be no, because I've had conversations with, a few people. And one of my homies was like, I shouldn't but I shouldn't eliminate potentials off of social media. I said I didn't want to date anybody off of social media. I accepted the idea of, if I close myself off of it, I might initially meet him on social media, right? And eventually in public. And it can be something, but if I already have in my mind, I don't want to date anybody off of social media, and I met him off of social media, I'm not going to be open to that possibility.
Okay.
And I had to accept that, because that is me. Oh, I said I ain't dating nobody off social media, and that's exactly how I look at everybody. When I see him out, like, yeah, you my IG friend, or you my Facebook friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was one thing that I said I have to change in this dating world, and just not accepting stuff. I can tell immediately now, Like my mind is so clear. And it's weird because I've been smoking herbs. What I mean by herbs is like dry rose petals. And like my spirit of discernment is not for the bullshit. Like I might miss it. For instance, Sunday, I missed it. I was, have been drinking. But the next day, while me and the gentleman were texting, he let me know what he did. He asked me, did I have an IG page? And we, requested each other. I looked at his pictures and I was like, he's not him. I mean, you were fun, funny. You was a bit too much for me though. You were. But my husband don't have this job. My husband not doing this at 45. Let me say that too. It was his age. It was what I seen in his pictures.
Yes.
It wasn't anything inappropriate.
Right. But it was his age.
It was just super. It wasn't genuine at all.
Gotcha.
It was very made up. And I can guarantee you that if you go on my stuff, ain't nothing made up. It's genuine as fuck. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's genuine and it's funny. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can tell this it's the personality, it's the character, right?
Yeah, that's Candi.
I couldn't read none of that shit. I didn't like it. And I didn't meet him off of social media. I met him in person.
Damn.
Cool in person. You're not where I want you to be. You're not doing what I need you to be doing at that age. You older than me, I really don't see it. And you just, I don't know. No. It was just too much. It was too much. I forgot where I was going with it, but my point is like it's hard out here for a pimp.
It's very hard out here, and you want to be open, but like you said, people be doing a bunch of fuck shit.
You can't trust nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't trust
nobody, but I
don't want to say that. It's you. People are not giving themselves. That's really what it is. Now, you have to really use your spirit of discernment to
figure that out. And then somebody else posted something which I thought was kind of interesting.
That's where I was going with it. Yeah. I know I'm at the age and I'm at the time of my life, and I've been married before. I know.
You know what you want.
Being distracted. I was distracted. Twice, but now that I'm tapped in, and I could be tapped in because I'm not sexually active. And I haven't been for almost 9 months.
Okay.
So it's a difference for me now. And I ain't playing around. And I it's like I know.
No. Like I know.
And another thing that the man said, he came up to my friend and was like, yeah, and I eat ass too. Then I go on your Instagram, right? You over here looking like you look like you 45 in the face. Your clothes do too. I just hate a grown ass man that want to be 25.
I was about to say that. Want to be 25 so bad.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Because it's like, sir, I already have my 25-year-old. I'm looking for a grown man. I'm trying to get established. I'm not out there willy-nilly no more. So yeah, definitely agree with you. And that's why I told this one guy, he feel like all women just want money, this and that and this. I'm like, no, if I got X, Y, and Z, you definitely should have X, Y, and Z, because it's more harder for me as a Black woman to go out there and get it. Yeah, it's hard for you as a Black man, but you still a man, so you can get it faster than I can. So no, I'm not trying to hear the fact that you don't have, for example, a car. Why don't you, sir? You out here popping bottles every night with your homeboys at the club. Why don't you have a car? I'm not trying to hear, oh, yeah, I stay with my mama downstairs. Unless y'all got a 2-flat or something, or you taking care of your mama, why are you living with your mama? She don't even want you there, according to her, because she's trying to get her groove on. You know, and then the biggest thing with me is I do not like men who do not take care of their kids. You know, you tell me you have kids and we say we dating for like 3 or 4 months. I ain't seen you done nothing for them, you know, or something. And I don't like that. But you claim like, oh yeah, I got kids, but okay, are you present in their life? When the last time you been to a basketball game? Or I had one guy who actually lied to his child just so he can go out with me. Sir, and then you did it right in front of my face? Oh no, that's a turn off for me, sir. I don't know why you thought that was cool. But I'm realizing a lot of women are obviously accepting a lot of these men behavior. Like I got one friend, I don't know what the hell wrong with her, but every dude that come in her life, it's like she moving at me, and it's like, gee, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She
like, are you serious right now? You smart, you educated, and like you know, they basically use you.
Don't want to be by herself.
Probably. And that's what it basically is, because people are so determined not to be alone, which I get, I understand, but you gotta take the bullshit just so you can't be alone, or just so you can say, oh, I got a man, or I got a fiance, or I got a husband. That never set right with me. And you know, you can't land up with no man and then you calling me to ask to borrow some money. I do have a couple. I have friends like that, and I have to tell them, you got a whole nigga land with you. Why are you calling me G? Person, but R. Kelly. So you know, he got 30. He got 30 years. That's just in New York. He still got to face Illinois and Minnesota. Recently, I forgot her name, but it was one of the 2 girls that he was living with in that condo.
Just got married.
Yeah, they probably getting married. Yeah, some type of crap.
Oh, they engaged.
They engaged. Yeah, they engaged.
So I read it wrong. So they engaged. They not married.
They engaged. Now this is the same girl whose family was trying to say he did X, Y, and Z. He kidnapped her, or whatever, and she went against them. And now they saying, oh,
that's the one who had the fight with the one who was looking like the boy.
Yep, that's the one. So, and
I mean, not the one who was looking like the boy, but the one who had the mom, who got the mama, the girl who can sing really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know their names, but I know them by faces.
I don't know their names. Yeah,
you know one with the pretty hair,
yep,
and dreamy eyes, right?
Yep, that's how
pretty good. She was fighting. That girl was fighting that girl.
That girl, yep. So, and now her parents.
So she the new Drea Kelly.
Basically, I guess, because now her parents like, oh, he must be brainwashing her and this and that, and this. And I'm just like, to the parents, you know, she even said to herself, let's be 100. Y'all the ones who introduced her to him.
And she grown.
And she grown. You know, so if she want to be him, you know, shit, that's on her.
Well, penis can make you do whatever.
Well, that's crazy, because I heard it wasn't even all that.
I ain't talking about R. Kelly's penis. I'm talking about penis.
Oh, just in general?
Kayla.
Man.
You in the twilight zone, okay? And that's the reason why I have not. 9 months. You gonna have me in the twilight zone. I don't even want the energy that you are going back to sleep with. I don't want you to bring that and insert that into me. I don't want that. So, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, because I think he's facing 30 years in life in like Minnesota or some crazy stuff. I think my problem with this whole thing is it's a lot more people that need to be in jail right now. Because I can remember back in my high school days when he used to come to Evanston.
I can't help but hear the TikTok, I want a cookie. Man, I ain't got no cookie. I want a cookie. I cannot go on with this conversation no more. Fuck R. Kelly. I want a cookie. That nigga in there singing about goddamn cookies, and he been stealing little girls' cookies. Now, I guess, because that's what the energy just said. Man, that little girl, that young lady wants to ruin her life and her reputation and marry him. That is her journey, and that's going to be a lesson that she going to have to learn. And I agree, you know, but my tax money, I'd rather them put that fucking money on education instead of fucking cases on Robert Kelly.
On Robert Kelly. Which y'all had him 20 years ago. We all seen the tape. I still got the tape if you really want to know, but we all seen the tape. We know it's him. We all seen that DVD. Y'all had him 20 years ago. You know, but I tell people all the time, in America, pedophiles, ingrown, homegrown terrorists can get away with whatever.
I mean, we were, this country was built off of pedophiles.
Yeah. It's $1 billion business. Oh, prostitution. Can't forget that. It's $1 billion business.
I just put it together.
True.
That's why they try to make it seem like people are going crazy and everything when we make statements on trafficking, human trafficking. Like, no.
That shit is real.
What's going on?
Yep. That shit is definitely real. So that's my only thing. And I think my other thing is like, why now? Because y'all definitely had him 20 years ago. Y'all definitely had him. I don't care what that little girl said on that stand. That was you. That was you.
Didn't he say that was his cousin or his brother?
He said it was his brother. Some nigga, first of all, R. Kelly, your brother is like 2 times bigger than you. So we knew that wasn't him. Come on now. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, that this on Kells, you know, karma came back and got his ass. That's what I said. I mean, because at the end of the day, because I got the same people talking about don't listen to R. Kelly, still listen to Elvis. And I'm like, well, that was one of the biggest pedophiles. What was y'all talking about? What are we saying here?
You know, you want to know though, all I'm ready for is for this stuff to be over. Cause baby, no more stalling. Baby, no more stalling. Shit. Man. I'm probably gonna play his shit when I get off this call.
I was gonna jump into Trey Songz. I want to tell him to be careful.
That he's grooming.
You know, and this crazy part is before all this, women have been saying this. You know, Keke Palmer even said this. You know, and everybody was going down at her, you know, bashing her and shit. I'm like, damn, y'all both said that was her experience. That's how she felt. And come to find out, other women had the same thing. So I'm like, Trey Songz, if I was you, brother, you better sit down, because that was R. Kelly's problem. He didn't sit down. He thought fat meat wasn't greasy. You know.
Well, I ain't never been in these people's homes, but you know, when I watch a lot of television, you know, what they present to us is that these celebrities be off drugs, right?
And they sex fiends.
And drugs can alter your brain, just like it did R. Kelly's.
Yeah. And
that's why he thought that shit
was cool. Because he was sexually molested too.
And I hope Trey big heads on molested. Hope not. I just hope he's just very, you know, mannish. And he started in the industry young.
He did.
Like when he started, I was in college. And I was such a fan that I was like, if I ever see him, I'm throwing him this coochie. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
I'm an older woman to him.
Same.
I think I'm like a year or two older than him.
2 years older than him. Yep.
So he was, who knows when he was being trained. You know, when they come out with their first album, they've been doing this.
Yeah.
You don't know what Trey was going through.
Yeah, especially if you had the people around you. Mm-hmm.
And everybody, no matter how old you are, no matter what this avatar looks like, you still have an inner child in there. You got your spirit, you still got your inner child in there. And that inner child may have traumas, you know what I'm saying? And it may have some, you know, weird thoughts of, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, with him, since, you know, he started young, a lot of his traumas could be, you know, still being
from the industry. Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, he still party and do what he do. So it's like, when do you have time to heal from that? So he's still being the young Trey, not understanding that he's damn near 40 and you cannot keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's the behavior of a fucking high schooler. That is the behavior of fuck niggas and goofy ass people that we was in college with. You get what I'm saying? You cannot continue to do it. It's a cutoff. But if you still in this lifestyle, you feel that there is no cutoff. That's why this man about 60. I don't know how old R. Kelly is, but
damn near.
But you know, and you still out here acting like you 16. You're not. That's my opinion about that.
The recent shooting that we had over here just recently, he posted hella shit. He was a so-called rapper and posted about killing people and this and that. Y'all ain't go out there and get him. And this motherfucker didn't show up a whole parade. So we're gonna do it for one. This needs to apply to all. That's my whole thing.
Girl, he had somebody was just gonna kill people.
Yeah. Like he just they just want to shoot people up. You know, this is his lyrics, you know, and then, you know, maybe because I'm a gun person, but like I tell people all the time, we already have laws and stuff in place. They are not being implemented. Like he was red flagged not to be sold a weapon. He was red flagged. But because who his father was, and his father wrote a letter saying that he will make sure he do the right thing with the gun because it's supposed to be protection of the home and hunting, which is true. But you knew your son was off. You knew he had mental illness. So I feel like the daddy should go to jail too because
I was just about to ask what's going on with that.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the daddy to go to jail because at the end of the day, he held himself responsible when he wrote the affidavit saying that he's gonna be responsible for whatever his son does with the gun. But I also hold the state responsible because that's why we got red flags in place. If they're fucking mental and been placed in mental and been diagnosed, why would you give them the right to carry a gun? Because once again, guns don't kill people. A gun can't get up and walk and shoot. You know, so it's like we losing lives for nothing. Then my other problem was y'all got him so quickly, but it's a mass shooting going on every day in Roseland, Inglewood, and y'all just be like, okay. No suspects. Don't even look for him. Like we got all these cameras around this motherfucker that we pay in our taxes, and y'all ain't catch nobody. Nobody. They out here killing our babies can't even ride their bikes and go to the fucking park and enjoy their fucking life. You know, and to these fucking criminals, if you gonna go out here shooting motherfuckers, get your target. Because how I grew up, first of all, that was a violation all day. You don't hit the women, the elderly, and the children. You get your target. Second of all, you have to get permission to do that. And if you did that, it was consequences. You know, a lot of people don't believe in the gangs, but it was structured back in the day. When they was about to have their little gang war shootout, guess what? They told everybody, get your ass in the house. They still was respectful. They still carry Miss Jackson, Miss Williams, Miss Robinson's groceries to the door, took their garbage out. If the father wasn't home, it still was some type of respect. That's why I tell them, these ain't no gangs no more. These are a bunch of cowboys. These are a bunch of cliques. You know, they don't know. They don't even know who the leaders are. They don't even know who founded the gangs.
Ain't no leaders.
And ain't no leaders. Just recently, what's the name just denounced.
But he been denounced.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He been saying that he wasn't.
So it's like, y'all know who doing it. But once again, it's in our neighborhoods, so they don't care. But when it's in these other neighborhoods, they own it. They grabbed them. They arrested them. And once again, a terrorist is a terrorist. If you're going to kill one motherfucking terrorist, you need to take out the next motherfucking terrorist. You just had a dude, a Latino dude, shoot up first of all, the police just stood out there and let him shoot them babies up. Why are they not being prosecuted? I will never know. Because that shit crazy. You are the law. That's your job, is to go in. You have to have parents to go in and save some kids. But y'all shot the little Latino boy up, as y'all should have, in my opinion. But y'all let this little white boy walk free, patting them on their backs, asking them if they're okay, if they hungry. He just shot up 20 fucking people. What's the difference between him and the other boy? You know, and then we got our police officers, once again, still shooting unarmed people, especially the black men. How you shoot somebody 90 times and hit their body 60 times? And y'all knew he was unarmed because y'all used y'all tasers first. So, and how I'm looking at it, you got mad because your fat ass had to run and chase him. And now this boy dead. But you got this motherfucker who just shot a parade. Y'all get him Burger King and put him in a jail cell. He get his day in court. So America, we gotta do better. Fuck making America great again, because I'm gonna be honest. When was it great?
For us.
For us.
That's what you have to say.
When was it great for the Black folks? For us.
And there was a time where it was better.
It was right. It was better. And shit
wasn't
great.
Was it ever great?
When was it great? So, but girl, let me not hold you. We could be on Talk About It Tuesday all fucking day.
Yeah, and I'm getting text again, you know, for the other stuff with the reunion and everything. So I've been working. I've been doing this. It's been good though. You know, I'm always good to talk some shit.
I know that's right. Well, tell people what you got coming up. I know you got the nature walk and stuff coming up.
I have a spiritual nature walk with the spiritualist and medium psychic Miss Valerie, Oracle Divine Truth. So she does readings. Basically, we're going to be meditating. I'm going to lead the meditation and then go into some yoga. And then she's going to just talk about what she want everybody to do as far as observing as we walk. And just listen to see if there's any kind of communication through visual, physical, like, you know, as you're walking. And it's only for those who are spiritual, right? Or if you're trying to be, this is a good thing. And we're going to be passing, I want to say, the Calumet River on the bridge.
Okay.
So you can bring offerings, whether it be coins, fruits, and you can offer that to the water. If Oshun is one of your deities, that's a good way to offer to Oshun. If you're tapping into that divine feminine energy. I am also working with Special K, who's a sex expert. We have pushed our event back to October, but because October is kink month, so we're going to be doing something with confidence, bedroom confidence with her, a workshop. And she's also trying to work on we've been talking about, we just working out and out everything for Labor Day weekend, some kind of car wash event. So I have, other than, you know, me dancing and everything, those are the only events that I have. I'm more so focused on the school and discipline and not spending all of my money on, you know, self-care and this growing young man of mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Chicago Ebony Collective still going strong. Is the momentum of it is slow paced because it can be overwhelming, and when you lose so much, there is support, but it isn't a consistent support from the same, where it's like, okay, this is it, but it's always a good event, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really all I got going on.
That sounds good to me.
Class of 2002. Shout out to all classes of 2002 for y'all 20th class reunion. Whether it be 8th grade, high school, college, we in the
20
same
years.
Oh, rocket. Okay.
Oh.
I don't even look like I graduated from high school.
I know that's right. You looking good, girl.
Thank you. Shit, that's why I was like, shout out.
Well, I appreciate you being on here on this Talk About It Tuesday, girlie. I really appreciate it. No problem. You too. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all go check her out. I'm gonna put all her information in the description below. Until the next video, y'all make sure y'all like this too and comment down below what else y'all want to see, and share it, subscribe, all that good shit. Until the next video, people, I'm out of here. Y'all peace and be safe.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.